Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. I am your friendly local neighborhood demon slayer. So today, I know in the last video I told you guys that I couldn't locate my journal so that I could share my downloaded messages. Well, I did locate it and it was just hiding in plain sight as usual. Alright, so I'm gonna jump right into it. Admittedly, one or two of these came like a month or so back. But I was, I was guided not to share it at that time. It was something, I don't know why Spirit wanted to just let me in on it for now, and then it said, you know, to just wait on timing, and now's the time. So I don't know, I don't question it, I just listen. Which you should always question things, don't get me wrong, that's not the case here. Like these messages come through to me in a very trusted manner, so don't get me wrong. All right, so the first thing that came out, and this was like a month, like I said, a month or two ago. Okay, hold on. That's not the one that's from a month ago. Let me flip back real quick. Sorry, I lied, y'all. Give me a second. Okay, so all right, so one thing I was picking up a month or two back, it had to do with, I don't know who this relates to or what, okay, but there is some kind of bar somewhere. It's like in a backwoods type of town, but the bar, it targets particularly vulnerable single women. And in particular, it had me follow this one woman who was new in town. And they know that she's a single mom. And so when she went to go socialize and visit with this bar, the bar, you know, they are aware of who she is and this and that. And what they were doing was they were trying to get to the child or children of hers. I kind of picked up that it was just one child that we're dealing with here, young child. And I don't know what happened to her, to be perfectly honest. It was more, this particular thing was brought to me to be more about the people who are running this ring, okay? So this bar has a particular group of men. These are all men, no women. They have a particular group of men who prey on single women in that particular town or city. And they will use the woman's vulnerabilities, like being lonely, you know, whatever the case. Like they prey on these women. And it's not to get to the women. It's to get to the women, but it's to distract the women so that they can get to the children. Okay? Now, this bar, in the daylight, they pretend to be like they are helping the community. So I was picking up something about, like, there's some kind of bus stop next to this bar. And something about, like, when it rains, they open their doors and let the kids kind of just get out of the rain while they're waiting on the bus. Okay? So the bar that I'm talking about, if any of you guys are picking up on this or any of this sounds familiar in any kind of way, then that would be your confirmation. If it's a bar that, you know, it's like right next to the school bus stop, they pick up the children, but they open their doors in the mornings or afternoons if it's raining for them to come inside and to just get out of the rain while they're waiting on the school bus. Okay, but this particular group preys on the children. And that's another way they can identify people who are new, that are moving in to the community and stuff like that, is because when they see new children, they know they've got new parents in the area. There was also a white car associated with these visions. And this bar, like, if we want to get into specifics, because it was, I don't know, it was pretty specific in structure. Like, it on the outside is a bunch of like logs or wood planks. Like, it's got a wooden looking outside. You know how it used to be really popular back in the 70s to, like, you know, line your house with like really expensive polished wood in and out. It's that kind of deal. Like, whatever this wood is, it's not cheap. It's nice. But that's what they've wrapped around their bar. But there's something to do with a white car, and it's a Lexus. It's a Lexus, and it's an older model. We're talking like, I really don't know how to put a number on that. Late 90s, it was 2000s type of deal. But there's something to do with that. There was something going on in the community where somebody, a woman, okay, I don't know where she was or anything like that, but like this man approached her to take her car or whatnot, and she tried fighting or whatever, but the man got away. And just so happened to be that her child was in the back seat, so the child was taken. So Spirit wanted me to confirm to someone out there that this was not an accident. The motherfucker that took that car didn't take the car for the car. They took the car for the motherfucking child. 100%. It was the child they were after. So I don't know who needed to hear that confirmation, but there's that. Yeah, it was, I didn't like receiving that, but, you know, if it's going to help somebody somewhere, that I really hope that will be the case. And these men, like, I don't know what kind of organization they have. I don't know. It's not a Freemasons type of deal, right? But it's something like that. Some kind of organization, might even be so far, excuse me. I might even be able to say something as far as a cult or coven, you know, something of that nature. These are evil motherfuckers, and they do sacrifice. And they are seeking to sacrifice humans. Right now, I'm just picking, like, the children they're able to, like, scoop up and kidnap, they get sacrificed and, like, they die. The children that they just can gain access to, because what happens is, like, that woman that I was able to pick up on that went into the bar and they preyed on her. They had someone, you know, get so deep into it that she was dating one of these guys. And so eventually, you know, he starts staying over at the house or whatever. And what happened is this motherfucker starts raping the child. And I'm talking about a young child. I'm talking like definitely under 7. And they've been raping and molesting the child and putting the mother through hell. So after this motherfucker was able to finally rape and molest this child, and then they start fucking with the mom, slipping her drugs and this and that, making her look, you know, like she's a little cuckoo off her rocker, and maybe, I say maybe because I don't really know why, but it might be the case that they were trying to get the child taken away, like with CPS or something like that. If they're connected with them, you know, that's a definite possibility. But I mean, literally ruining these people's lives. And so what happens on a general basis, like I said, they use the children to sleep with, but if they kidnap the child, they also kill it, him or her, excuse me. I'm trying to stay as detached as I can. And then as far as the single mothers, they get killed off. They get sacrificed. So anyway, now that we're past that message, Jesus, Okay, I was also picking up on somebody in their area. You're dealing with a mailman who is like a full-blown narcissist. Full-blown narcissist who is also an alcoholic. And behind the scenes, he considers himself a magician. So this motherfucker is literally going around doing black magic. I was literally picking up on this dude will steal, he will confiscate people's mail, take it home, do his black whoopity-blue magic, and then will deliver it the following day after he does his bullshit magic. But I was picking up on that his alcohol abuse has gotten so bad to the point that he's getting sloppy, and people are beginning to notice, because not only is he putting, magic on these things, but he's also stealing. He's just straight up stealing people's packages and shit, right? He whoever this is definitely a man, older man, been with the mail service for some time now, but he'll mark the package as like return to sender, or couldn't deliver, or not couldn't. Well, I don't know, but he marks it as if there was an issue and he couldn't properly deliver it. But instead, what he was actually doing was taking it home with him. So he's a thief. I know most of us don't intimately know our mail carriers, but they were telling me that his alcoholism is causing him to slip, and people are beginning to notice. So I don't know, excuse me. It was not shared with me who exactly has been picking up on this or how, but it's being handled. So if there's been an issue with your mail and stuff like that here locally, you might see some relief in the next few months, because he is definitely going to end up getting fired, because Spirit was telling me it's the rate of his alcoholism. It's getting so bad. Like it's going to be too obvious for anyone to cover up anymore, and he's going to get fired. So if you're having issues, make sure you report that shit. And I don't know why, especially with this bar stuff, with that bar story that I was talking about, I was picking up on the name Kim or Kimberly. So I don't know if that was the victim's name, one of the victims' names, I don't know. But it was relevant enough for me to write it down. I normally don't deal with names or anything like that, but it was it was too heavy not to write down. All right, and then as of like here recently that I've picked up on, okay, there's some kind of cold case that is about to close, and it's about a missing person. There's going to be evidence found of the person's body or body parts, something like that. It's going to be discovered on a beach after a heavy rainstorm. Sorry, I'm reading my note here. My note here says the media dispersed fake information on the case on purpose. So I don't know if they're going to try and like cover this up, or if they're just going to try and be hush-hush and quiet about this. But somebody has some kind of motive or reason to cover something up. But yeah, so, if you hear about anything being uncovered, body parts, something like that on a beach, particularly after a storm of some kind, yeah, it's somebody who's involved with a cold case. Also, somebody, I know this sounds wild, okay, but I'm just gonna put it out there. Someone who's just starting off in college, either is just starting off in college or has just moved in with a different roommate for college, and this person, I'm getting males. These are males here that I'm talking about, okay? But you just purchased a graphing calculator for the year. And I'm here to let you know that your roommate, if you don't know, is a hacker. Like, he's very, 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 very tech savvy. They know what the fuck they're doing. They know how to build things. They know how to create things. They know how to hide online. Like, he's really good. You may not know that. You may think that he, is involved in tech and stuff like that, website building or whatever, but no, this motherfucker's a hacker, straight up hacker. Okay, and this dude is using your graphing calculator. So I don't know what that means. I don't know how that could hurt someone. I don't fucking know. All I'm saying is to just be careful and watch your back, because something with the graphing calculator that he has programmed into that thing, I don't know what his goal is. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what happened to it, how he recalibrated it or whatnot. I'm just a messenger here, okay? But if you have suspicions about your roommate and they seem to be a little tech savvy and you just got a calculator for some class that you need for the semester and you feel like your belongings, your graphing calculator may have been left out by itself while you were gone, and maybe gave opportunity to this other person to put his hands on it, I'm telling you, they did something to the graphing calculator. So just be careful. Just be careful. And this is very general and broad, so I'm assuming this probably applies to a lot of people. But somebody's being tracked here with trackers. And it's been put in places that you would not normally think. So if that worry or thought or message has been weighing on your mind, maybe check into that. Maybe just sweep your room, sweep your purse, sweep your coats. It's just, whatever it is, I'm getting it's an absolutely ridiculous place. It's not even a car. It's not a car. It's like something much more discreet, like a coat. Like your winter coat or something. So please watch out for that. Also, there was one more I thought. Oh, so my last message came through today, actually. Yeah, it's not a happy one, but I'm gonna put it out there. Someone among our collective, a female, a woman between the ages of 20 and 30, or either in her 20s or 30s, that has a young child. You might have more than one child, but we're particularly talking about your first child here, who's still pretty young. Maybe at this age, they're like 10 or 12. Okay. But your mother, it's like and you're aware that your mother is involved in witchcraft, and you kind of grew up in that kind of environment. I feel like you may have even done some things with her, some just general bullshit witchcraft type of deal, It may have gotten deeper to where y'all are trying to manifest things in different kinds of ways. I even feel like I don't know. Let me back up there. I'm seeing some other stuff that your mother has been doing, but I'm not here for that message. I'm here for your daughter. A daughter. Your mother. This is crazy, dude. But your mother, believe it or not, whoever you are, you got pregnant in high school or before you graduated, before the end of high school years. Okay, you got pregnant. But what you don't know is that your mother is responsible for the motherfucker that got you pregnant. Sounds crazy, right? But I shit you not, your mother hired this motherfucker to enter your life to get you pregnant. 100%. And that's it. That was literally all that he was sent to do, was to get you pregnant. And then you gave birth, and guess what? Your mother's looking to sacrifice that first child. I shit you not. If you have ever left your child alone with this woman, especially for more than one day at a time, overnight and stuff like that, she's been dosing your child. And people have been messing with her. She's literally selling and sacrificing your child's body. Yeah, this shit's heavy. But here's the thing. Now that you know, what are you going to do? Because someone here has already been suspicious of something going on, and I'm here confirming it. And if you're receiving the confirmation, guess what? You're responsible for what happens here on out. Because I just get the feeling that your mother has been trying to create a code of... She's trying to get you to become dependent upon her for everything. All your needs, all of this and that. Like, that was the whole point of getting you pregnant in high school. That was the whole point. Is to keep you there and reliant on her, so you'll never fucking leave. You can't question things. You can't go anywhere. You can't do shit. And if you do, you won't be able to sustain yourself. You won't be able to... You'll have to rely on your mother some way or another. By leaving your child with her, by, whatever. But I'm here to tell you and to confirm to you that she's sacrificing your daughter. I'm really sorry. But I'm also here to tell you that you need to be careful. Because if this woman's willing to do that, she's willing to do anything. And if that means she has to put a hit out on you to put her hands on that child, she fucking will. This is that kind of person. This is that kind of person. And this woman has definitely sacrificed animals. That's what I was seeing when I started sharing this message, and I had to stop for a second. But yeah, she sacrifices animals. But is she a part of a cult? A coven? She is, and it's family. It's family. It's her mother. Holy shit. Well, watch out for grandma too. Fuck. But I really get the impression that you didn't realize. I know you know that they're in witchy shit. And some of it you may not agree with, but this is beyond not agreeing with. This is a literal sacrifice. And then you have to wonder, like, okay, if she's sacrificing the granddaughter's body, what is she getting out of it? Is she getting anything out of it? That's really tough. Okay, I'm not going to make any more comments because I don't know anybody else's. I don't know anyone's situation beyond that little piece of message. So I'm going to leave it there. If anything, maybe I'll do like a specific tarot card reading on just this little storyline. See what else comes up. I don't know. I'm thinking about doing that. I'm thinking about taking some of the downloaded messages and like doing a whole reading from those messages and see, if we can gain clarification or whatnot on some of these. But I don't think, I haven't done that yet. Maybe we should. Spirits led me to do different things here recently, so I'm trying to, do that and honor that. So I hope this is helpful to somebody somewhere. I'm so sorry that these are not amazing messages. You've got all these other beautiful readers and psychics and mediums and channelers that are on here, and they're just saying, oh, you're gonna be happy and wealthy and abundant and blah, 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 blah. It's really great, and a lot of us really need that. We need to hear that. But at the end of the day, like, I think we need to get serious. We need to get real. Like, what is the point? Like, what is the point if we can't be real and we can't be honest? You know what I mean? And there are people who need to understand that these things are not myth. They're not, this isn't happening in the movies. This is happening in your city, in your town. Unfortunately. And the thing is like, the more we unveil this and share this, the more we're going to awaken other people. And if they can wake up and realize what's really going on behind the scenes, then they have an opportunity to what? To stop. To get out of the way, to move, to change. You know what I mean? So that they have a chance at a better life, have a chance of elevation, and have a chance of turning things around before things really, really fucking hit the fan. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you how bad I've been grappling over this, well, for some time now. I've been blessed to be able to receive, to awaken to very serious, harsh, sad, disgusting truths about my family. And I can't tell you how much that I just want to just beat myself up for not knowing sooner. Because if I had known sooner, I'd have done something. I would have done something. I would have done a lot of things. And knowing what I know now, God, if I could just redo my life. You know, but we can't do that. All that we can do is transmute what we have. And that's, I don't know. All I know is that I'm still in the process. I'm still trying to not, I don't want to say hate myself, because I don't hate myself. And the only reason I don't hate myself is because I know that, like, I just had no idea. I was dumb, I was stupid, I was oblivious to shit going on around me. And to be honest, even if you had approached me back then and said, hey, your family is actually doing all this and that behind your back, and they're doing this and that to your children. Did you know that? I would be flabbergasted, because the shit that I'm talking about is mythical. It's the shit that you only hear and see in fucking movies. You wouldn't fucking believe it. We're talking like some culty ass fucking shit just flying under the radar. You know, and that shit's heavy. And, you know, my life kind of exploded some years ago, and I couldn't understand why. I was begging the universe to tell me why. What the fuck did I do? What did I do wrong? Like, I literally couldn't understand. And so for the past few years, the universe has really been working on me. To be able to even hold this information, because most people, I don't know, like, if I hadn't been working on so hard on holding space and being open, then I wouldn't be stable enough to hold the information. I wouldn't be stable enough. I definitely would hate myself. I definitely would have attempted suicide, you know, but fortunately the universe had other plans. You know, I can't change the past, but what I can do is change me, and I can decide my future. And so still just dealing with all that, you know? Like, it's a huge puzzle. My whole life is a fucking puzzle. Y'all have no idea how complicated it is. Like, I'm still, there are revelations still being given to me. And the universe definitely knows what the fuck it's doing, because I would not have been strong enough to hold this even a few years ago. I wouldn't have been. And I'm not trying to say that I'm strong, like my strongest or whatever. But I'm just, I don't know. I learned to balance a little better, I guess you could say. I don't know. Anyway, enough about me. I hope you guys found some kind of revelation or hope or story or inclination or confirmation or clarity, any of those things within this video, because I know it's going to help some of you. I know it is. And I'm so sorry to like drag you guys down with these ugly stories, but they're important. They're important. I love you guys. I'm not going to hold you up any longer. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for all the likes, the shares, subscribes, the comments. All of it matters. All of it is seen and acknowledged, and I'm grateful for it. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great night.